Hello, hello. Check one, two. Greetings to everybody here, ready to witness this fantastical showing, this grand finals of the GT Classic 2022 tournament. Hello and good evening or morning, wherever you are. My name is Papa Schmo. I am blessed with not only the ability to be here with you all to watch this race, but also to have Kev Nastix in the booth with me. Kev Nastix, how you doing, good sir?
I'm doing really, really great, actually. Super excited that I could do this. Originally, I was like, yeah, there's no way I can make this race. But I figured, you know what? It's the grand finals. Like, I totally have to be here for this race. And just so everybody in chat knows, we have Ruya in his second GT Classic Tournament Grand Finals match. And this will be Professor School's first Grand Finals match. So it should be, it's really exciting. If I remember correctly, Pops, and you might remember because you were in the tournament last year also, but I'm pretty sure Ruya faced off against Sloters in the final championship match last year. So I'm hoping this race is going to be, just as hype, just as exciting. And we'll see, because Prof, in order to win, has to beat Ruya twice.
That is correct. This is definitely Ruya has not lost a race. In fact, has not lost a race in both the last GT Classic tournament and this tournament so far. Professor School, on the other hand, obviously Ruya. If you don't know, you know now. He's the world record holder in this category. Obviously, just like I said, hasn't lost a race. But Professor School, the only race that he has lost in this tournament was to Ruya, and has come back and just blasted through the redemption, the losers bracket here. He took out MGA. He's really gotten some big names to be here at this grand final, so he definitely deserves to be here. Both of these guys deserve to be here, and anything goes in this race. Nothing is going to, I don't expect anything coming out. I'm just going to be sitting back, try to make it a good show, and just watching the fireworks, man.
Yeah, now I want to point out, chat, we got my boy Phil over there saying Prof's performance this year is way improved from last year. And I would say, oh, God, yeah. Prof has been crushing it lately. He has been to school. He's been grinding and has knocked off minutes off of his personal best. So you could say that Prof has made more ground in GT Classic this year than Ruya has. This tournament might be a little bit tougher on Ruya. When Ruya was in the tournament last year, that's when Ruya was grinding for the world record and did, in fact, as you mentioned, did get the world record. So I would guess, just by streams that I've seen, that Prof is in better shape than Ruya. But Ruya does have an extreme advantage over, like, 99.9% of the competition out there, because Ruya has top tier movement. I mean, right up there with Zost and Zeni and Susreem and all the other just, and Sloters and all the really MGA, all the seriously elite runners. Ruya is on that elite level. Professor School is working his way there. He's getting there, killing a whole bunch of categories. And Prof is definitely one to watch as far as a future top tier elite runner. I definitely see Prof with his discipline and dedication will be able to reach that level like guys like Ruya. Ruya has a more volatile run coming up. Ruya does not go for high jump boots. Prof goes for high jump boots. There's about approximately a 2-minute differential between their PBs. Prof sitting in the 34s and Ruya on 32s. So, but this is GT Classic. Anything can happen. Very volatile category. The runners are almost ready, and I am so happy to be here with you. This is going to be incredible.
Heck yeah, man! It's been months since we've been on in the booth together, so I'm definitely excited for that. And yeah, just to put a little cap with some stats on what you just said. This is GT Classic and anything can happen. I can I believe that a couple of maybe three of Prof's times during this tournament were better than Ruya's if you compare them just number for number. So when I say anything can happen and you say anything can happen, I mean even the numbers say that anything can happen in this tournament. So or in this race, and that's why this is the grand finals. And here we go. Strap yourselves in, folks. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Yeah, and looking at everybody in chat, a lot of people that have been following the tournament, a lot of runners that are in the tournament. So we want to thank everybody in chat for coming out here and cheering on Ruya and Professor School, and listening to Papa Schmo and I. Pops, it's really kind of wonderful doing a championship match with you, especially for GT Classic, because you were the guy that introduced me to GT Classic. And you were like, hey, come on, we do these like Friday night races. It's really cool. It's right after the 80%. You should just YOLO, just try it out. And I did, and it's been one of my best categories since I started racing. And so thank you for that. And here we are in the grand finals. We already got a prediction for a 47 for Ruya. I don't know if Ruya is the series station world record holder, but man, he's got to be close, if not the top guy.
Absolutely. Ruya having to forego the usual setup coming out of the series there. He does the one where you kind of do the jump onto the little ledge there to get the 87, but had to kind of go for a backup. So we'll see what kind of times come out of here. We almost got a 47 from Ruya, and Professor School coming back with a very high 45. So no punches pulled here by anybody, and we've got a little bit of time. Looks like IFB might be trying to get a little bit more sync. We got I think about 2 seconds from the left side to the right side of the screen here. Not too much, not too shabby. But yeah, we got some time. What if anything? What do you think we're gonna see? I mean, is this two different? You've already mentioned two different routes coming into the heated portions of this planet here. As a bootless attempter myself, I know how hard it can be trying to do that bootless lava dive.
I mean, come on, dude. It's really easy as long as you have like 9 or 10 tanks.
Yeah, just sure. Yeah, just so
But
that
I'm
maybe
pretty sure
they'll gather
Ruya's
that many.
only going to have 2.
Yeah, I mean, but this muscle memory for these top tiered runners is really, yeah. We got a little bonk on the moonfall there, not generally what you see, but also not a huge deal. And we almost have a sink kind of coming in.
Actually,
We
Prof
get
has
some
about a
morph.
2.5 second lead because of the that little slip up there on the moonfall, and Ruya can afford to give away some moments like that. But like you said, Prof has run at least 1 or 2 times in the tournament better than Ruya has run times in the tournament. So this is not a free win.
I don't think that's the mindset of either of these runners here. They're just trying to do their best, trying to get every little millisecond, every little frame out of each of these rooms so they can try to get a little buffer on their opponent there. One thing that I think is fairly interesting, a little bit of a interesting work up that room for Ruya there, but one thing that I think is interesting, especially in a race like this, I like, what do you think about saving? Like, do you watch the restream? Do you just have a plan going in? Or are you just gonna figure it out when you get there, depending on how far you are in your opponent? Like, I don't know. Is the confidence and the muscle memory of these guys just so good they're just gonna skip the saving and just YOLO? I don't know, man. I don't know what we're gonna see.
I honestly, even though Ruya is like really sick, I don't know if Ruya could reset on Prof and still beat him. I mean, like PB wise, yeah, it can happen, but a race is a race. I absolutely certain that like if I'm Prof, I'm not saving, and I don't expect Ruya to save either. This is the grand finals. This is, you know, for all the money, and Ruya has a race to give. So it would be kind of, to me, I would think it would be silly for Ruya to save, because if he loses this race, well, he's got another one, and it's, you know, to beat Ruya twice in GT Classic. I mean, even once would be like, it's basically unheard of. So, but yeah, we have exact time, as Hockey points out. Thank you, Hockey. We have complete sync on bomb touches, both at 446. Hopefully, the runners can avoid the decapitation animation, and Ruya does. And Prof, right there behind him, not getting the best BT actually. I don't know. I kind of missed what happened there. I wonder if he got a bad missile spread or bad drops, but you know, Ruya is through the door a little bit earlier than Prop. And, you know, here we go.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Sometimes BG just does not want to play well, and sometimes there's just not much you can do about it, unfortunately. But yeah, good thing to remember. The timers are a little bit different. So what you see here at face value is not necessarily how close they are in the actual race. We'll be trying to keep an eye on the actual you know, race room to make sure that we have all the dot dones and such coming down at the end of this. But
well, if anybody is you know, kind of new to Super Metroid or GT Classic, you can kind of get a gauge on how close they're on times by like when they're on the elevator, you know, or when they're transitioning through doors. You can just kind of recognize, okay, he was on this elevator at this time, the next runner's on this elevator at this time. But you know, right now, Pops, we should probably talk like a little bit about what are we going to do for GT Classic. I mean, everybody in chat, I know you all know what GT Classic is, but there might be some viewers out there that are unaware of this category and wondering, like, what are we doing? Like, this is a grand finals, grand championship. What is GT Classic, Prop?
yeah, so we can hash it out. I don't want to spend too much time going through the finer details, but let's give it a quick rundown. Basically, what the runners are going to be trying to do here is get down to the depths of Lower Norfair as fast as they can, because in the room with Golden Torizo, the GT room, if you press a certain button combination as you're entering that room, you essentially get all the items in the game. And that's not because you have Game Genies popped into their SNESes or anything. It's because that's a code that was left over by the developers, probably used for you know, testing purposes and stuff like that. But somebody found this about 10 or 11 years ago, and it became a category because it is one of the coolest, fastest ways to beat this game, and just you know, have all the bells and whistles and go on a boss rush after you get the GT code enabled. Hope that was good enough.
No, I think that's pretty good enough. So for, you know, for the lay person out there, it's a very low percent run at the very beginning. You're going to get down to GT with as few items as possible. And then after you do that, you're going to execute a code. And when you execute the code, then it becomes a boss rush. So Prop, you've kind of nailed it. I can't really see where the runners are right now. My stream is buffering. But if you can see the race, where are we now?
Yeah, I think we're watching the same slideshow at the moment. Unfortunately, we do have a little bit of an internet outage. Hopefully, we'll come back on. IFB was having a little bit of trouble with the internet, so I don't think this will be a permanent thing, but we might have to look at the Super Metroid PowerPoint.
Did you see that save from Prof in Red Tower? That saved about that saved like a 3 to 5 second time loss. So Prof got a bad jump off the wall and did not get through the hole up at the top of Red Tower, but backed it up really quick with a right side wall jump to get up on the side. I mean, it was a really, really good save. So
I just now saw that. So you're like 20 seconds ahead of me. Let me refresh this real quick.
All right. There you go. But yeah, that was a really, really pog right there. So Prof came to play. I really think Prof is going to bring his A game, but the main volatility points, like the things that we got to watch out for, you're going to see Ruya is going to go into Crade. and gonna have to, hopefully get the crate quick kill, because if you don't get the crate quick kill, you have limited ammo, and it can put you in a very precarious situation. The fight can drag on forever and a day. So that's going to be crate. When crate is done, we have the lava dive, and then we have the green gate glitch. Now, Ruya is going to be saving about roughly 20 seconds or so on Professor School by not picking up high jump boots. It might be a little bit less than that, because Ruya will have to pick up the crate E-tank. So there's going to be a little bit of a route deviation, and you're going to see that they're going to go through all of Upper Norfair differently. And then when we go down to Lower Norfair, they're going to have to go through a lava dive, and we're going to see two different styles of lava dives. So we'll talk about that in just a couple minutes. But right now, everybody sit here and let's hope we get two solid crate quick kills right here.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm certain they're both going to go for the 2 missile, 3 super crate. Ooh, Ruya has no missiles, has to farm. That's going to cost him some time. So ProfessorSchool is gaining. He looks ahead.
Yeah, something I wanted to kind of mention that I thought could potentially be a factor when you have
really far ahead.
When you have this mentality that you have to lose twice in order to lose, sometimes you have the subconscious like at ease kind of a feeling, right? And when you're too at ease, that can kind of backfire on you sometimes. I'm not saying that's what Ruya is doing right now. I've seen a couple of slip ups. Kind of on both sides. So it's definitely
Mini Crate was killed at 11:02 by Prof.
Okay.
Sorry.
Very good. No, you're good. So there could be some nerves, there could be some subconscious mental game stuff going on, but we'll see how it plays out here.
I know, man. I'm sorry for interrupting, man. I don't know about you, but when I watch something like this, like, holy crap. Now, right now, it looks like Prof is going to be really far ahead, but Ruya, like I said, is picking up the crate E-tank. So Prof looks like he's going to be ahead. So Prof is going to get high jump boots, and he might skip the E-tank. Prof has one tanked it. He did one tank it in the match that he won against oh God, who was the last opponent that he played? It wasn't MGA or did he one tank it against MGA?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna farm anyway. You're gonna farm. Well, actually, that's the other thing. Ruya in the the world records, his PB runs doesn't even farm for supers. He doesn't even go in the farming room. He has like 2 supers, and he's really consistent at the GGG. So is Prof. I think Prof probably has the world record for like many GGGs in a row. So we're definitely gonna see. I don't know. We might see something crazy here coming up.
So Prof lost a max GT race to Mr. Guy Average in the category extensions tournament, and I think went and grinded the green because of the green gate glitch, and went and grinded it, and I think he got like 100+ in a row at one point.
Yeah, it's nasty.
So and here's Ruya. So Ruya is going to go for his lava dive. Now, the reason this lava dive is much harder than the high jump boots lava dive is not just your jump height, okay? No save from Ruya, by the way. So it's not just your jump height. Ruya is going to have to do kind of like a speedball into the lava and stop his momentum at a certain position so that he can get a Namahe flame to follow him across the room. And if that's not enough, he has to take a hit by a Namahe flame at just the right time so that he can, in turn just at the right time so he can get iframed, jump on some spikes, and then do very complicated series of I don't know. Let's go.
Not only that though, when he bounces the first bounce, he has to recognize what kind of bounce it is so that he can know when to unmorph for this Namahe flame. Looks good so far. Jumps look good. All right, like butter, baby, like butter.
Perfect. Extremely well executed, well done. And so now you're going to see the difference in the jump.
No save.
Entry for Prop is probably going to be the same. And yeah, no green gate glitch save, no save. So if Ruya misses the green gate glitch, he is all the way back to the planet Zeb he's at the beginning.
Good entry for Prof coming into the lava. Looks good.
Oh,
all right, that's okay. That's all right. He's got tanks.
Time.
He's got tanks.
Be patient.
Yep. We have time and we have skill. Let's go, baby. Ain't no thing but a chicken wang.
Oof. Close one for Ruya, but he does get through the gate.
Yep.
So
3 supers.
It's almost the final boss. Let's not think about the GT code here. So when you execute the GT code, you have to do it right, but you also, oh my God, you also have to make sure that you disable Spazer.
Yep. And let's remember. Okay, so Spazer was disabled at 14:45 on Maria's screen. So let's see when that happens on Prof's screen. We got 4 missiles for Prof, but he is through. Just taking the hits from the rippers, because you do not want to fall into that acid. That is bad news.
So this is pretty awesome, dude. So we have a grand finals race, and this is going to be, no slam on the runners from last year, but if I remember correctly, in the grand finals last year, that the race ended with a missed green gate glitch. So we got a race. As Phil said, we got a go mode race. Both of our runners are in go mode, ready to go. Oh, this is going to be awesome.
Absolutely, you love to see it. Nobody wants to see a reset, especially in this grand finals match with these runners here. So we got past all the nasty. Now let's get all the flashy. Let's go.
Let's go.
Snag
Yeah,
and
both
screw
of these
attack.
runners are gaming right now, and now it's going to be pretty tough for Ruya trying to go for that optimal wall jump off down there in the amphitheater. I don't know what my delay is. I feel like I'm way behind everybody watching it, so it
Yeah,
might
if you
not be
just want to
happening
take a
live.
when I refreshed, it helped a lot. So I don't know if you want to just refresh the stream or whatever, but
Oh, I
I
have
think you're
flashed.
where I'm at. Yeah. Um, little mishap in the worst room of the game, but with screw attack and space jump, ain't no thing. And then really, the one boss that you aren't allowed to microwave, I guess with the exception of Kraid, but Kraid's Kraid. It does make a lot of difference how you do in this Ridley fight, and what health and ammo you come out with in this Ridley fight. GT Classic, obviously you get a whole bunch of stuff, but what you leave with resources wise in this Ridley fight kind of sets you up for the rest of the run. So it's definitely something we want to keep an eye on, how well this Ridley fight is doing, because it can close or widen the gap for sure. You're looking
Yeah,
good
but
so
again,
far.
going up against the world record holder, I mean, not only is that like an honor to see how close you can get to the world record holder, but Prof proven that he's got, just as hockey would say, ice water in his veins, not flinching, going just absolutely balls to the wall and bringing his A game against Ruya. So it's been looking pretty sweet. And we got a nice powerhouse from Professor School. It looks like he's entering Ridley at the same time Ruya is leaving Ridley. So, you can kind of keep an eye on the timers there.
Yeah, we got 17:32 Ridley down on Ruya's side, so we'll see what the time difference is here once Ridley is down on Prof's side. Ruya taking a little dip in the lava. It is getting summertime here, so might
Sucks.
want to get a little dip in the pool action.
That's exactly why I don't do that spring ball strat, because every time I try to do it, I get stuck right under the platform or the kazan or whatever you want to call it, and then I just take a buttload of damage. So we have about almost a 40-second difference. I can't do math. Yeah, about a 42-second difference between the runners right there. And, Phantoon patterns, and oh my God, Ruya, that is a beautiful room right there. My gosh. This is just so good, so amazing to watch these runners play. Like, I wish I was this good.
Yeah, man. Prof getting a really nice exit from the Ridley farming room all the way out. Gets the D boost, gets the reverse powerhouse, and gets a nice little space jump into Morph Ball through the Metal Pirates room. Just making it look easy, getting the speed ball coming out of Wasteland. Meanwhile, Ruya saying, I ain't slowing down. You're gonna have to catch me. I'm not gonna make it easy for you.
Did Prof get the Keku Man show you special?
I don't know. I was looking at well, that's the one where, the
That's the
you're talking about
Wasteland
the
foosball, right?
oh, I don't know. I thought, when you say Keku in Lower Norfair, I think of the Spring Ball Missile 100% strat, so,
Ah, that's
uh
Hodarubi. That's
oh,
Hodarubi.
oh, okay, Keku, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, I think that's a name Seffi came up with for that strat because Keku's just awesome.
Alright, about a 1957, Rhea says, "Peace out to Lower Norfair. I will not see you later."
Yeah, and I mean anybody that has never played GT Classic before, but you've played categories like, like any percent, like do yourself a favor and try some GT Classic because it is just so much fun to just beast through this game, as soon as possible. Like, yeah, I love this category. We had a falling out
Especially
a little bit because of the Green Gate glitch, but I'm back, man. I freaking love this category.
especially this part here, this Meridia, Ruya showing one of his fanciest strats coming in here through, with that little space jump,
Wow.
strat, man. It's just lovely stuff to watch.
Everest to Crab Shaft, like just seamless.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. See what kind of stuff Bot Moon has for Ruya. Not going to be much.
I mean, it really looked like Rio just kind of needed to get warmed up or something because for pretty much ever since the GT code was executed. Oh my gosh,
I know
we haven't
you're
missed the
not.
microwave.
Yeah, was going for the quicker strat, where you have, I guess it's 3 microwaves for, Botwin's face, and then 1 super missile. It's just a slightly faster, but I think it was only 2. Fortunately, Ruya going for the non-space jump, full halfy. Does only gets the halfy, unfortunately. So there might be a little bit of time that Prof can make up. I
Fortunately, it
prefer.
gets the top shelf happy and gets that down grab.
Yep, yep. I prefer the space jump, full halfy in this category, just because why not?
Oh no, Prof having some trouble with short charges. Um, does get it on the third try, so
Ryu just making sure the spike suit still works. You never know.
jeez.
Probably hit it
I wonder
like
if we'll see the optimal setup. Rhea does, I believe, use a musical cue to shoot Dragon and then charge up a shot for the microwave. Yep, there we go.
it was
A little
very
faster kill.
fast. Yeah.
And you have that overhead, that straight up shot, kind of gets Dragon. Oh, it nails the spike suit, but gets Dragon in the middle of the room, so she gets to the ground faster. And also with that one shot, ooh, full halfy by Prof. Beautiful, beautiful full halfy right there.
Very well done. Yeah, just trying to get that extra shot in is all the more you know frames faster for taking Dragon down there. I wasn't sure the shot hit, but it probably did because that was very fast. So Ruya coming into this room, let's see if it can do this. It looks a little bit too low, unfortunately, to get the speedball, but very, very good effort. Ruya makes that strat look easy, and that is not an easy strat. It's a very, very tight morph. You almost have to morph like on the corner in order to get that because your morph ball has to be in the exact right spot coming in through there. Speedball, rather.
I believe that strat is named after Rhea.
Yeah, I learned that strat after watching Ruya do it, and I can do it once, every 12 times I try, but it's so satisfying and beautiful to see.
And there we go, the Wample jump coming out into the Coliseum there. Oh no, Prop does
Nice,
take a bonk right there.
nice job, Kev.
Yeah. Did Rhea get the foosball? I missed it.
Did not. So
Ah, feels
obviously,
bad, man.
if Professor gets it, he wins, right? That's how it goes, I think.
I feel like there were far less foosballs in this tournament than there have been in previous tournament, and I'm going to say that that's because C7 wasn't in this tournament and I got knocked out early. That's all
I
I'm
think
saying.
that's accurate. I'll go with it. I'll allow it.
So, but
Ruya
anyways, you've got
remembering.
what's that? You go ahead.
I was just saying, Ruya remembering there's a fourth boss to defeat in this category, so no G3 on Ruya's side today. Prof coming up for the foosball attempt. Yeah, put your guesses in chat for old Fanny. What you think?
Oh, Prof did it! Prof freaking did it! Pog!
All right, there you have it, folks. Game's over.
So, no matter who wins, Prof is the grand champion, as evidenced by that foosball. Frame perfect. Prof gets to be frame perfect today.
Meanwhile, Fantoon not being perfect, being Fantoon.
I'm so mad at Fantoon today, and this is not helping matters.
Ooh. I thought that flame was going to troll Ruya a little bit there, but luckily gets the plasma shot through the flame to Fantoon's face. So the ghost with the most, the punk with the trunk, is down for one of our two runners.
Yes, and I want to say to count that foosball does count for at least that much time. However, the what do you call it? The blue bomber is the only strat in this run that saves more time than the foosball. So we still have that coming up.
That's true. If Ruya gets blue bomber and Professor School doesn't, then we have a draw, I think. I think with the foosball, it just neutralizes everything out. Coming up with a Fantoon fight on the right and a fancy strat on the left. Beautiful. Just beautifully done. Was that a slow for Prof? Mid? Okay. So
Yeah, it was mid.
a little bit of time save. Both of our runners are on their way to the last boss, Torian. Did I say Torian? I don't know. But one of the most beautiful, right there with Meridia, movement through Torian and these Metroid rooms is a sight to see, and I'm ready for it.
Turian is without a doubt one of my favorite parts of this run to watch, especially with runners like Ruya and Prof who do it so well. Prof nailing that moat ball. I'm gonna just assume, almost nailing it. Did not get the spring ball jump over the moat, but still got a really good entry. But Turian, you got these Metroid rooms, and you got to have like 52 fingers, and you got to use piano group, and you got to use all kinds of crazy. But like, it's just, I don't know how these runners can be so fast to get these Turians. But if you've never seen a Turian before, I just watch. I don't even know if I'm going to talk through this. Ruya's Metroid rooms are works of art.
Yeah, I saw Prof practicing his before the race a little bit, and I mean they were near perfect. Obviously, runners have different styles, but he was flying. Here we go, Metroid Room 1. Little bonk on the door for Ruya. Hope that doesn't mess with the strat a little bit. Definitely can cause you some grief when you are not ready for that bonk, and it just kind of dominoes into everything else. But doesn't look like it's doing too much. Ruya on to room 3. Ooh, gets a little couple of missiles. Looking at the super count, decides to use missiles on that first Metroid. Very nice. There you go.
So as long as Ruya gets this baby skip, we got pauseless on the table for the mother brain room. That was a nice little shimmy in the ceiling. I wonder if Ruya's going to go for the spring ball baby skip.
Ruya only got netted one super missile out of Metroid.
Yeah, this drop sucked.
Is going for it. Oh, valiant effort.
Oh no, this shot was just a little not right.
Yeah, I didn't quite get all the seaweed there.
Yeah, it gives Prof a little bit of a chance to catch up, but it's really going to be hard to close this gap. But either way, like, I can't imagine Prof being anything but happy. This was a great run from Prof, and definitely a good run from Ruya. So, but it's not in the bag yet. We still have Mother Brain. We still have Stand Up Glitch. Ruya has got to be about somewhere in the area of 40 seconds ahead of Prof.
If that's the case, then both runners have kept pace all the way from upper Norfair.
I mean, it's almost that just the route deviation is almost what is separating our runners. Ruya has definitely not been on his best game. Prof, on the other hand, has been very, very clean. Fan-tune patterns, Prof got a mid, I think, and Ruya got a slow. But other than that, it's the largest difference was just the fact that Ruya didn't go for high jump group boots and Prof did. And we got a baby skip from Prof. Nice job.
Very well done. And yeah, I mean, with that save, that time save there, we got just under 31 flat for the death of Mother Brain 1 on Ruya's side.
Oh my God! I think ProfessorSchool had worse super drops than Ruya did in his Metroid rooms.
He was walking in with 0 supers.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
That's good
bad,
stuff. Man. Thanks, game. Appreciate that.
Exactly. No, that's one thing. This game is completely sentient. I don't know about you, but I only get good RNG when I'm on crap runs. It's like if you're on a good run, it never happens.
Yep. No, absolutely not. You get slow patterns, you get crap RNG.
We do have pauses from Ruya, so very well executed Mother Brain fight.
I didn't actually catch the time, but I think we're somewhere in between 20 to 30 second difference with that baby skip now.
Yeah, it really came in pretty quick. My God, this has been a great race. I can't believe it's almost over. Very, very well run by both of our runners, and barring a problem on stand-up, it's looks like Ruya is going to take this one, but my hat's off to ProfessorSchool for putting together a mighty run, and I think Prof is not only did he get here, but is the most deserving runner and fought the hardest battles to be in the championship match. I think Prof had more races than anybody else. Had to beat 8 runners to get here after taking that loss to Ruya in the was it first or second round. So hats off to Prof, and like Zenny says, yeah, it's not over until they're on the ship. So let's keep an eye on how this turns out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've seen crazier, especially with things like stand up and even in the escape. Really, you never know. So let's cross our fingers for both runners and just appreciate everything that they've given us today during this run here. Nice little 3-shot for Ruya on that stand up. Stand up sometimes for me can be tricky to make sure that the onion rings hit the baby. It'll look like I did a good stand up, but in reality, a bunch of onion rings missed. Prof work.
My favorite thing about stand up glitch is when you run 100% and then the next run you do is GT Classic and then you soft lock because you don't get the baby to the right fast enough.
Yeah, it's all sorts of stuff. Making sure you don't shoot. Here we go, Ruya. Blue Bomber, attempt number 1. Gonna go back for attempt number 2. It says, nope, I ain't having that. I need my Blue Bomber. GG on the Blue Bomber attempt number 2. had a little bit less speed, but still made it look easy. The last moonfall in the game. And I was trying to get the SRL room up, but my antivirus is telling me no. So I won't have the official time, so we'll just go ahead and use the times that are on the screen.
And I don't have enough devices, so I'm not going to be any help to you either. So I'm going to see what you see.
Just GG's, Ruya, dropping the 3452 here to take the win in the grand finals. It will not be a game 2, but it doesn't even matter to me because this race was a sight to behold. Prof coming and finishing it out strong, making the way to the ship, going to face forward, and we are going to see if we can hear from our 2 runners here today. GG, ProfessorSchool, about a 35-22. Capital G's all around.
What a hell of a good race, and I'm really glad that I was able to leave work fast enough to get here in order to see this. I've been watching both of these runners for a really long time, and this tournament, by the way, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Dark Zoa for organizing the tournament, and all of our restreamers. You know, Firebad did some restreaming, Dark Zoa did some restreams, and then Toaster did some restreams. Thanks to all of our runners and commentators and all of our viewers. It's been probably one of the most exciting Super Metroid tournaments I've seen in the last couple of years. We've had so many races that were within 1 second, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, so many close races. Everybody's been grinding the hell out of this category. And it's just been great to watch. So if anybody hasn't seen any of these videos, go back and watch some of these matches. I mean, it has just been unbelievable. So thank you everybody for putting up with me. And hey, Pops, how you feel? This was awesome.
Absolutely, dude. Grand finals. Let's go, dude. That was a heck of a race. It was a heck of a tournament. The last tournament that was put on was equally as awesome. Just GG's to Ruya, the grand finals, grand champion once again. 2 tournaments in a row. You got to give it up for the guy. Prof, you got to give it up for making the way back through this losers bracket, having to go up against Sloters, having to go up against MGA, having to go up against Insane Firebat. Like, that is a rough schedule. And really just pulling it out every time and coming here and giving Ruya a run for his money. Just amazing stuff all around. And honestly, I cannot wait for the next one. I'm still going to be running this category, and I'm sure you are too. Anybody in chat, if you're not, or if you've taken a hiatus, come on back. Get some GT Classic back in your life, and have some of these runners here on the screen as your inspiration to just being awesome at this category.
Yeah, and we do have ProfessorSchool joining us in the booth. Prof, all of your work losing to Ruya and then working your way all the way back to face him once again. I mean, you ran an incredible race, Prof. How do you feel?
Thank you, Kev. I appreciate that. I'm feeling all right about it. I was minus 20 at Varia, and I just kind of pissed away the run after that. So I was on serious PB pace, like 34 4x pace for a while until the exit from Lower Norfair. So it's hard to not be a little salty. I also did a weird thing at the end. I typed done instead of .done, and I didn't realize it for like 12 seconds. So my actual time was like a 35:22, and I think it ended up registering like a 35, I don't even know what it was, 35:41. It took me like 15 seconds, and it really bums me out that the official record is going to show that I lost by almost a minute, and it was actually like 30 seconds. So yeah, it's good. I mean, it could have been better. A month ago, I would have been absolutely thrilled with a 35, like a low 35. But today, I feel like Ruya, I was watching the stream the whole time. He sort of gift wrapped me a golden opportunity to steal one, and like I saw that he had a lot of trouble in the early game, and I was way ahead coming out of Crade. And if I had just sort of executed in any way, shape, or form in the go mode part of the run, I think we would have been within a few seconds at stand up. So that's kind of a shame. But other than that, I mean, what can I say? I got to this point that I didn't think that I would, and I have to say overall, I'm incredibly satisfied with my performance in the tournament.
I mean, we know you, Prof. We knew you're going to be a little extra critical on yourself, but from a viewer's perspective, it was great to see you like go room for room with Ruya, and even surpass him in some areas. So props to you. I think you're one of the most improved runners in this tournament, like from start to finish with PBs and all that, and you've just been on a tear. So I'm really proud to have been here and watch you at this race. And also, we have Ruya joining the booth. I think give time to Ruya on ProfessorSchool to talk it out. But go ahead, guys.
Yeah, huge GG's, Ruya. Congratulations on the win and on the tournament win and on staying undefeated in GT Classic in tournament play for the last 2 tournaments. Excellent, excellent work. And the best person won this tournament. And it was an absolute honor to share the stage with you for a second time.
Yeah, very good game, man. And thank you for the congratulations and everything. I definitely want to say, like, you've done an amazing job improving over this tournament. It's been really awesome to see your progression, and it was honestly a really cool surprise to see you in the grand finals here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you.
And yeah, I definitely, so I would say out of all the races in this tournament, this is the one that I was the most prepared for, but I also had like the most, unexpected slip ups. If I wasn't watching the stream, I definitely would have been very scared of the result of this race.
Yeah, it looked like there was a couple things that went not great. I can remember some moments leading up to like bombs coming in and out of construction zone. I think you had some trouble, and then there was like the dip in the gravity water in like bat room, and there was just a bunch of stuff where I kept pulling ahead. I think I was like maybe like 15 or 20 seconds ahead coming out of Crade, which I was really surprised about, and then the great equalizer being high jumpless. And I think from there I kept it close for a while, but then your lower Norfair was just maybe not. I don't know if you would think it was very good, but I thought your lower Norfair looked excellent.
I think it definitely was probably the best segment in this particular run for me.
You definitely had a good segment coming out of Ridley. I mean, from the farming room all the way up to the wasteland speedball, I think it was pretty spot on. I think you definitely had a good string of rooms. At least like Kev said, from a viewer's perspective, we were definitely enjoying things on both sides. And while I'm sitting here talking and already interrupted, I just want to say GG's to both of you. And please continue whatever you want.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for the comms. It was a good stretch of rooms to answer your point. I did actually miss the first input on the first jump coming out of Ridley, which cost me a couple seconds, and I had to backtrack. But other than that, yeah, it was pretty good. Fantoon cooperated for the most part. I think Ruya you got a slow. Is that right, Ruya?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and I got a mid, and I hit baby skip, so I managed to, because of a couple things, keep it close. I badly like brain farted on room 4. Like my Metroid rooms were excellent, and then on room 4 I just totally brain farted and did the like Rinka freeze, like I was going for the slow strat, and then tried to adjust in the fly and ended up kojacking like 3 supers, and then needed to like missile all of Mother Brain 1. So that was pretty unfortunate, and it cost me pauseless. And I don't know, like it was like a 10-second time loss. But other than that, yeah, I'm being super critical on myself, but I think I played generally pretty well. But I don't know.
You both got terrible RNG in the Metroid rooms, by the way. Both of you had crap super drops.
Yeah, what were your resources like coming into G4, Ruya?
I believe I had 10 supers, maybe 9. I'm not entirely sure. And then after Metroids, I only had 7.
Okay, yeah, and I had 6 coming into room 4, and I came out with, like, 3.
I
Like,
think you
total
had 2, Prof.
it was really bad.
It was bad. Whatever it was bad.
Yeah, I just brain farted, got stuck in between strats, and then it sort of collapsed from there. And then I stopped paying attention because I really wanted to focus on my stand-up, which was subpar compared to the rest of the tournament. So I didn't get to see the rest of your run. It looks like the curse continues for people who try to run Blue Bomber against me, though. It looks like no one gets it.
He got it.
Actually, really funny.
Took a couple tries.
I also
Okay.
wanted to bring up, I mean, you did get foosball, so I'm sure in some people's
Bro.
eyes that
Bro.
definitely changes the outcome here.
Yeah, I think if Toasty was on commentary, he'd say that I would have won, right?
Oh, we definitely talked about it. That's for sure.
Gotcha. Okay. I was watching the restream, but I had it muted. Yeah.
That's right. I wouldn't want to listen to me while I race either. But I do have one question for you, Prof. How much did you clench when you missed that wall jump and lava dive,
Not at
or
all.
did you just keep it cool?
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Yeah.
Awesome. Legend.
I was planning on taking 2 tanks and then hoping for a good super drop here or there. And actually my plan going into this race, Ruya, was so against MGA, I tried to skip high jump boot tank. Here I was going to take both tanks, but I was going to skip farm, right? Like guarantee myself good health, skip farm, and I was going to go with as little as 1 super. But then I got bad drops from Kraid. I got either 0 or I got 1 super from Kraid. And as a result, I left Kraid with less supers than I should have. And then from there, I think I ended up accidentally kojacking a super somewhere too. I can't remember exactly. But essentially I had 0 coming out of Rising Tide. And so I was forced to farm at that point. And it was an unfortunate farm. It was like a pretty slow one. So
That's too bad.
yeah, it was too bad. I was gonna really go all out. I've been hitting first try GGG like 90% of the time, so I was gonna go down with like 1 or 2 supers and just like push it as hard as I possibly could. But yeah, it wasn't to be. It's okay. I think I don't know. I guess it was a pretty good show for like 3/4 of the race or something like that, which is exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely kept pace. I mean, you were talking about making up time on baby skip, but before that, I mean, there's obviously some gains and losses on both sides here and there, but from Upper Norfair to Torian, the beginning of Torian, it was about the same time.
Mhm.
So the same time difference. It was it was crazy to see both of you just keeping pace the whole time.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. There's one last comment that I would like to make, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Ruya because he's the grand champion, and I want the end credits to really roll with him. And any other questions you have for him or comments. But I just want to say one thing. Like this tournament has been an absolute blessing for me. I feel like I've entered a kind of a new stratosphere as a runner. And one of the things I realized recently is that I was in 9 elimination games in this tournament since my first loss to Ruya. I beat 8 different people in this tournament, and I effectively sent home a quarter of the competition. And I don't mean that to say like I'm walking over people or anything. Like I have the utmost respect for everyone in this community. But when I realized that I was responsible for eliminating a quarter of the people in this tournament, and I racked up 8 wins, and the next closest person is Ruya with 6. Like I don't know. I think that that's really excellent, and I'm very pleased with that overall tournament performance because I really had to clench it out against a lot of really, really good runners to get here. And I'm very grateful to all of them for the great races that we were able to create together, to the comms that we had there, and to the organizers of the tournament. It was just an excellent experience. So that's all I got. That's the last thing I really wanted to say as a sort of tournament overview.
I mean, Prof, it's amazing to have to just fight through a couple races to stay in a tournament, but to have to do as many as you had to do is definitely an incredible and something that I'm glad we're all able to witness. And there were absolutely no free wins in this tournament. So every win you got, regardless of how it happened, you absolutely deserved, and you deserve to be in this grand championship. So, everybody give yourself, in your home, give a round of applause to ProfessorSchool for putting on probably, I would say, the most incredible performance across the entire tournament. So, thank you for all of that, Prof. And also,
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, and let's give a round of applause for Ruya, back-to-back GT Classic Tournament champion, world record holder, just absolutely super Metroid player. Thank you so much, Ruya, for all of your incredible work with GT Classic. Do you have any final statement before we close the show?
Yeah. So one more thing I wanted to say about Prof was that, I mean, one thing that I'm a little envious of is he was a part of the ProfessorSchool versus Sloters race, which I think is undeniably the best GT Classic race possibly ever in a tournament setting anyway. If there's one race from this tournament that you should watch, it's definitely that race. But besides that, I'm just really grateful to everyone who made this tournament happen and everyone that's been doing, the restreams and the commentary and everything. And I'm glad that it gave me a reason to get motivated and play the game and come out of hiatus a little bit.
Yeah, that actually kind of falls into a question I had for you, Rua. Um, what's next for you? Do you have any particular plans for Super Metroid or otherwise that you're gonna take these two tournament wins in your pocket and go forth to conquer something else?
Well, the next thing I'm planning to run is New Route Any Percent, so that's going to be a grind.
Bam.
I did hear that, and I was super excited. But I was also curious if you were interested in continuing your GT dominance, because from what I understand, Susreem just took the GT Spacetime world record.
Mm.
Although I'm really excited to watch you do New Route, though. I heard about that, and I'm like, that is sick.
Yeah, that'll be exciting for sure.
Yeah, as far as the GT Spacetime stuff goes, it's not really something that interests me. I had wanted to get a run of it before.
You and me both. Sorry,
I'm just I can't really get excited about grinding early game just to have my game crash on console. So
that's a rough thought for sure.
Yeah, but no, I'm really excited to see you run New Route, Ruya, because I loved your GT Classic grind last year. I couldn't get enough of your max percent GT runs, so those were two incredible categories. So I absolutely believe you'll do an incredible job, on your New Route grind. So I wish you luck with that grind, and we'll be watching.
Thank you very much for that.
All right, sounds good. Well, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to let Papa Schmo close down the show for us. I've been Kev Nastics, and go ahead, Pops.
All right, man. I appreciate it. What a guy. I did the intro. You're going to let me do the outro. I appreciate that. Just some stand-up dude here. I really appreciate you being on comms with me, Gymnastics. I'm just going to give a special shout out here before we close this tournament down to Insane Firebat for just always being willing to pop up a restream. Obviously, just being a GT Classic dominant force as far as racing against him, putting up these tournaments, but also Dark Zoa was really just the one I think from the start that wanted to get this thing going, and just did a really great job putting together restream tools and instructions for anybody who wanted to restream, and just be in there right along IFB to just make sure that these shows were at least seen, and hopefully heard every time there was a race, no matter who was racing. So just awesome shout outs to those guys, and everybody else who popped on. If you did comms once or 10 times, we love you. And it really, everybody here, runners, commentators, everybody in the chat, if you're just watching, doesn't matter. You'll make this thing awesome. And that's why we love it so much. And I can't wait for the next one. So yeah, without further ado, see you next mission. See you next tournament. Um, y'all have a splendid evening. Peace out.